Snow fell softly that night, slow and quiet, like the world was holding its breath. I remember thinking it would melt by morning. I didn't know it would stay with me for 3 days and forever after. The dorm common room smelled like cinnamon and cocoa, warm yellow fairy lights wrapped around the windows, blinking like tiny promises. Someone had put a Santa hat on the crooked little Christmas tree in the corner. Laughter bounced off the walls, music hummed low, something old and soft. I stood near the doorway, fingers tucked into the sleeves of my sweater, pretending I was calm. I hated party games, I hated being watched, and I especially hated dares. Lily clapped her hands, eyes bright with mischief. Okay, she said, laughing. Last round, one final dare before midnight. Groans and cheers mixed together. She spun the bottle. It slowed. Stopped. Pointed straight at me. My stomach dropped. Emma, Lily said, dragging my name like a secret. Your dare. I swallowed. You have to kiss the Ice Queen under the mistletoe. The room went silent. Someone gasped, someone laughed nervously, someone whispered, "No way." I turned slowly. She stood near the window, arms crossed, snow reflecting in the glass behind her. Tall, still, dark hair falling neatly over her shoulders, her face unreadable like winter carved it carefully and decided not to add warmth. Maya. Everyone called her the Ice Queen. Not because she was cruel, but because she was distant, untouchable, cold in a way that felt deliberate. She didn't smile, didn't roll her eyes, didn't walk away. She just looked at me. The mistletoe hung above her head, green and red, swaying gently as the heater hummed. It's just a game, someone said, trying to break the tension. I forced a laugh that sounded like it belonged to someone braver. It's just a game, I repeated, mostly to myself. I took one step toward her. Then another. Each step felt louder than the music. Maya didn't move, her eyes stayed on mine, dark and sharp and uncertain. I stopped in front of her. For a moment, neither of us breathed. I leaned in. The kiss was supposed to be quick, a brush of lips, 1 second, enough to end the dare and make everyone cheer. Our lips touched. Soft, warm. Before I could pull back, her hand closed around my wrist. Not rough. Not gentle. Certain. She kissed me back. The room erupted, cheers, whistles, laughter, someone clapped, someone shouted, "Finally." But I didn't hear them. All I heard was my heart. I pulled away, breath shaking, face burning. She didn't. Her fingers tightened slightly, like she was afraid I might disappear. Her forehead rested against mine. "Don't go," she said. Her voice was low, barely there, like she wasn't used to letting it out. The music faded into nothing, the lights blurred. I nodded without knowing why. And for 3 days. She didn't let go. The next morning, the world felt different. Too bright, too quiet. I found Maya outside the library, snow dusting her coat. She held a coffee in one hand, steam curling into the cold air. She didn't say my name. She just fell into step beside me. We walked in silence. It wasn't awkward. It was heavy. "You know that was a dare," I said finally, my voice softer than I meant it to be. She stopped walking. "I know," she said. Her jaw tightened. I just didn't know it would feel real. I laughed, a small, nervous sound. It was just one kiss. She looked away, eyes following a snowflake as it landed and disappeared on the ground. "For you," she said quietly. Something inside me shifted. That day, she walked me to class. The next day, she waited for me after lunch. The third day, she sat beside me on the bench outside the dorm, shoulders touching, her warmth seeping through my coat. She didn't talk much, but she was always there. Sometimes she'd hand me a coffee without asking. Sometimes she'd glance at me like she wanted to say something and then change her mind. At night, I thought about the way her hand had held my wrist. Not tight, just unwilling to let go. On the third night, Christmas Eve, the campus glowed, lights wrapped around trees. Students gathered in small clusters, laughing, hugging, going home. I saw Maya across the quad. She was laughing. Not the small smile she gave me. A real laugh. With someone else. A girl from her department, blonde, confident, close. Something twisted in my chest. I turned away before she could see me. Later, she found me near the Christmas lights, fingers laced together, staring at the ground. "You're avoiding me," she said. I shrugged. "I just don't want to be another game." Her face drained of color. "You think I was playing." "You don't talk," I said, words tumbling out. "You don't explain, you just hold on." Snow fell between us, slow and quiet. "I hold on," she said, voice shaking, "because if I speak, I might lose you." I looked at her then. Really looked. Not an ice queen. Just someone afraid of melting. "That girl," I said softly, "you looked happy." She nodded. "She's my cousin." I laughed weakly, tears burning. She stepped closer. "That kiss," she said, "no one ever kissed me like that, like I mattered." Her eyes filled. "I don't know how to do this," she whispered, "but I know I don't want 3 days, I want more." Silence wrapped around us. I stepped forward. "Next time," I said, "don't wait for a dare." She smiled. Warm, real. She kissed me. This time I didn't pull away. Christmas morning came quietly. The mistletoe still hung there. She held my hand loosely now. Not frozen. Not afraid. Just here. Sometimes the bravest hearts look the coldest. Because they've been waiting for one warm moment to believe again.